booted out of the tourney.
Are you ready for the reverse sweep?
I am ready for the reverse sweep, but is Tex ready? I hope he is.
We'll find out.
So in the bottom right, we will have Tex playing as the green Seraphim. And in the top left, we have Turbo as the orange Cybran. Cybran versus Sarah, it's a bit unusual, honestly, to not see UEF on the Rosas. It's not like I give UEF a slight edge uh, on these two factions, but it's not like it's a great deal. It's both Cybran and Sarah are still great on. Well, did I just say the ditch? The Rosas.
Yeah, I mean, just look at it. It's the ditch. It's gray. It's got rocks.
It's a 10-kilometer ditch without water.
I mean, where's the lie though?
The what?
Where's the lie? It's absolutely correct. This is the ditch without water. And 10 by 10.
Exactly. So Kurbo got a bit of a build order queued up. A bit more than Tex so far.
Man wants pigeons.
Man wants lots of pigeons. So yeah, let's actually see if early on Turbo is going for a quick second air actually. So he's gonna go for a faster transport. Tex on the other hand will decide to build third air, so he's gonna delay his air for a bit of build power scaling as we are accustomed from Tex.
Yeah, there's a lot of importance on the build order here because you have so much mass in your starting base and just everywhere. Having a nice refined build order is important.
Yeah, there's a lot of small variations you can do on the Rosas, and however, the big difference on the ditch is that on the Rosas you actually run out of reclaim in your base a lot faster than you think you do. So even if you have a very great BO that skills insanely fast, at some point you very quickly realize, oh wait, I need more mass. I have, and then you start overflowing power. If you are, it's like the better your BO is efficiency-wise, the harder it is to execute because you have to balance your reclaim and your power spending. It's just so much harder at some point.
Turbo for the nice air scout. Just not going to follow up with any more air units, just more NGs. But the air scout just to see if Tex is up to something.
Okay, that's actually nice. I like that a lot. It's well, something we see a lot more recently, and I think it's a nice addition. You only invest like 300 more E into the factory to get basically intel, which is insanely important for the start.
And now he can just know what he's up to.
Exactly, and now it's way easier to make his own decisions. He is actually gonna go for first Inti from his second air factory, Turbo, that is.
Just non-stop Intis.
And if he's, I don't know who that is in Observers.
Unclear.
Okay, he didn't manage to lock the air scouts from Tex. Because what's nice about this early scout is if your opponent goes scout first, and if your Inti is out soon enough, you can lock his first scout and deny the first scout, which is very scary from Tex's perspective if you have absolutely no intel at all. Tex is overflowing mass. Okay, now he's stalling E, not overflowing anymore.
I'll pick one, I guess.
Tex is overflowing it, Turbo is stalling mass. He can use an extra engineer to reclaim, and it's actually bad. Turbo didn't send out enough engineers to reclaim.
Extremely sneaky air scout going to the back of Turbo's base.
Yes. So yeah, quite some intis out from Turbo. He's gonna try for the air denial. So there will need to be an static AA. Tex actually went for a bomber, so that's not gonna work out too well.
No, he is being airlocked. You can't do this. Unless it just runs away? No,
it's locked. It's locked. But here we kind of have the issue of like the weakness of Tex's BO, or one of the weaknesses. If you go for greedy scaling like this, like he's done in multiple games over the past few weeks in LotS, if you get airlocked and you don't manage to transport and drop one of the corners or one of your drop locations at some point, then you are in for a real tough time. And so far he has never been punished for it, but so it looks like Turbo is actually gonna try to go for the punish right now, because his first transport is out to the top right corner, and he is still airlocking Dex. It's not a complete airlock, um, because
Tex does scout
there's
it,
an AA. He does scout the transport.
but he can't do anything about it. He just knows it's there.
Yeah, and Turbo should also make a quick second transport and drop the bottom left, because if you get both of the corners, it's such a good game to play.
I mean, Tex needs to find a way to sneak this transport out to the bottom left as soon as possible.
Yes, so first location has been dropped, rushing a radar to make sure there's no sneaky bomber. He actually didn't split his engineers. A bit greedy perhaps. I mean, after all, he did snipe the first bomber. Okay, the transport from Tex actually finds a hole. He did the two inties from Turbo on the right side. They were chasing inti from Tex. And he's actually going to the bottom left, but via mid. Just going around the patrolling intis. There's
he just says he knows the inties are there. He'll just go around. Amazing.
Yeah, there's a bomber from Turbo, and Turbo also has his own transport plan. So, but there's all the tanks that's that Tex is already sending to the left side. So, Turbo will not get it. There's too many tanks, and he
the
snipes
bomber
the
is
bomber.
intercepted.
So he will actually get it if he manages to drop in time. But it seems like he will. Turbo didn't spot the transport on time.
Yeah, this is fine. Tex will spot the incoming transport.
He does spot it, but it seems like Turbo still has air for now. He has a lot of intis versus not a lot from Tex. The drop location from Tex is a bit risky, considering it's next to the cliff. It's a bit more vulnerable to bombers as well, but the engineers are nicely split, and he should be able to... He probably should rush an AA and then continue the factories. The bomb actually didn't lock on the engineers, so... there's actually a mobile anti-air that will kill the first bomber. The second bomber does get the drop off, but it only kills a single engineer, and then it dies as well.
I mean, Tex's problem is that this is just slower. Turbo already has almost 8 factories up at the top right, and they're just going to stream Mantis down into his main base.
It is slower, but he does have Tech 2 air in his main base. And he has his first Tech 2 energy out when Turbo hasn't even started his Tech 2 air from, I think. No, I'm not seeing it. Do I see Tech 2 lands? Yeah, okay. Turbo is making Tech 2 lands, but it is a bit slower, so having a quicker Tech 2 pigeon is going to be good for Tex. That's an advantage that he has. Still getting bombed though in this expansion, so it will take quite a bit to expand there properly with all the air harassment, the tanks as well, sniping the engineers. I'm not sure where this transfer from Turbo came from. It's in the middle of the map. It's a move order back to home, but
it's doing a grand tour of the map. It dropped the engines in the bottom left and then went right and up.
He's taking the scenic route.
You know, you gotta stop and smell the roses and watch this base sort of never get off the ground, as there's all the engines immediately die as soon as they're there.
Turbo has 5 Tech 1 air factories permanently rallying bombers there and killing any engineer as soon as they come out, so he's probably denying it so far, although Tex has a bit of time with the land as well, but he has a few random patrolling armies at the bottom left. Not sure why, but he needs to rally some more units to the right side, because the proxy from Turbo is up and the Mantis have arrived, and they need to be stopped.
Well, who will stop them?
It is me, Tank Man.
I'll delegate that to you.
So yeah, it's looking for now. Looking a bit bad for Tex. It's not like it's hopeless or anything, but he's down a bit of quite a bit of map control. His upside, however, he has faster tech 2. Is almost about to finish his second tech 2 PGen. Also upgrading quite some maxes. I'm not sure how Turbo is looking on that. Turbo is not ecoing at all, so Tex will have more eco soon.
If he
That
survives.
if he doesn't run out of reclaim, because you can see all the reclaim around his base is almost gone, and it's all in the bottom right, left. And yeah, about that, there's a few bombers killing engineers.
Really, I hadn't noticed.
Once again, there's a real big lack of static AA. He's finally building some, although the MAA have kind of been saving him, but yeah. He clears up the Mantis attack on the right side at least, so that should be fine for now. Tex just finished his first batch of Tech 2 Maxes. He is now 5 compared to Turbo's 0, so that's a decent advantage for now. Although Turbo just started up 6 at once, so he should be able to get back at some point.
Yeah, but Turbo's having a nice time. He's controlling top right, getting all the rocks there. Very chill. His bombers do what they need to do. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, Tex is
Tex
ahead on reclaim for now, but I'd say what's also important. The thing is, Turbo is the one being aggressive, so he's not being harassed at all. So at moments like this, on a map like the Rosas, he kind of has the time to to load engineers in a trance and drop like the reclaim around the middle. That's generally contested, and you can snack quite a bit of it. And I think this is like, or at least in the last 5 minutes, or last few minutes, is the moment when you kind of try to go for it, considering your opponent is busy defending. So you kind of just try to sneak by some reclaim stealage in mid. There's a weird drop on the right side. 5 Mantis are dropped.
It killed an upgrading T2 Max. That was like 50% done.
Oh, it's
That's
really
annoying.
And it actually did quite some damage. More than expected. It's
paid for itself.
Down, so it paid for itself indeed.
But Turbo might actually be able to push through on bottom left. Like, these bombers are just dealing huge amounts of damage, just absolutely deleting Texas army.
Yeah, there's a lot more Mantis now than there are attempts, and there's no PDs. There's an AA with 7 kills, but there's only 5 factories at the moment. Now he spams up a line of PDs, but it's kind of out of position. Not the best place. He did go Tech to land and is making some Ilshis. At least Tex is now getting some counter damage in at the top. He kind of overwhelmed the spam from Turbo and is now raiding him a bit, but the bottom left, it looks very bad. Actually, those Mantis kills killed another Tech 2 Max at the back of Texas base.
Alright, that's just a bit sloppy. I mean, the poor Max, they shouldn't have killed 2. It's like 5 Mantis. But there's just a lot going on. Texas' attention has to be everywhere at once.
Yeah, Turbo is doing a great job at keeping on the pressure on the bottom left. He never really stopped it. He's spending a lot of mass doing so, but he is slowly making grounds. Meanwhile, there's some rhinos coming as well. He is going tech-free land. It's 70% on the way, with about to be 5 tech 2 PGens. Meanwhile, Tex on the hot end is going tech 3 air. But there's not a lot of assistance on this factory. He actually also ran tech 3 lands already, so there are autumns coming out. And I would really like Tex to make a transport and drop the first autumn on the front line to deal with the Mantis. Because a single autumn will turn this battle around.
It absolutely will.
Also,
I'd like to see a strat that just bombs these support factories that are just nicely clumped together.
True, especially because they're Siren.
One bomb, just delete them, it's fine.
Yeah, and they're buffed Sarah strats with more AoE now, so... I like this move from Tex. He sends 3 Ilshis a bit north of Turbo's army at the bottom left to catch reinforcements. Those are nice moves. Instead of
he will be able to stabilize now.
Yeah, he does stabilize, but there's more units coming, and stabilizing, he still doesn't have the bottom left. It's so late. That's the issue. But yeah, the T3 air, we will see what's going to happen with them. But it's is he stalling? Oh, he's mass stalling hard. I guess he's rushing at T3 max. You
The
should
second T3 Max.
the second one.
He's got another one.
Oh, he got that's why he's getting all his mass. Okay. Actually, the mass income is completely even. Because he has the T3 max, but Turbo has all the Tech 1 maxes around the map. Turbo convocates a batch of Tech 1 factories. I think Tech should do the same. He has Autumns now. He should spend the mass on Autumns and not on Tech 1 anymore, considering most of the reclaim is gone on the map. Well, there's a lot on the left side, but aside from
They've
that...
been making some more.
Yeah. Nice reclaim generation is been happening there, but... all the Tech 1 air factories, or at least some of them, but especially all the Tech 1 land factories in his main base. He has 20 Tech 1 land factories almost, and he is stalling way too hard, so he should definitely kill off some of them.
T3 P-Gen going up from Turbo.
T3 P-Gen going up for Turbo. The second T3 Max from Tex is finished, but I think Turbo finished one at the same time. Because all of a sudden they're even on mass again, now on 95-ish.
Just has more T2 Max.
Yeah, maybe he just finished a batch of Tech 2 Maxes. Yeah, he finished a batch at the top right. But top right is vulnerable to strats. And there is T3 air and T3 lands for Tex, but Turbo only has T3 lands. So that's a big advantage for Tex. And he kinda is stabilizing now. He doesn't really have the bottom left yet, but as long as he just ecos in his base and he uses the reclaim from the bottom left to focus on it, it's not that bad at the moment. I really thought that Turbo would overwhelm him, but Tex defended nicely, and now he's actually counter bombering. They both have 4 bombers, but none of them have any air there.
Anti-air is your friend. Turbo actually got the T3 P-Gen before the T3 air, just got it out of the land factory.
True, and now he's rushing T3 air too, so it will actually... Oh, Tex didn't make a C3 P-Gen adjacent to the air factory, that's unfortunate. So,
over there, I don't know why.
Yeah, so there won't be an advantage air-wise for Tex, which is a pretty big deal, because a single strat could do so much damage at the top.
These support factories should just be deleted from the game. Like 3,000 damage a bomb, 2 bombs.
Funnily enough, it is way more than Turbo can handle. Turbo is stalling 200 mass per second. Well, Tex kinda fixed his stall for now, because he's getting all the reclaim on the left side. But now we see some Autumns pushing, but Autumns are actually dying to Rhinos. It wasn't the cleanest engagement.
To happen,
yeah, he kinda charged them in. Rhinos are kinda underestimated often. They have quite a lot of HP and DPS.
Yeah, if they get flat terrain, they will shred units.
Yes, and in high enough numbers, they will shred even Autumns. There are 5 Autumns out on the map. Almost all of them are on the right side. Okay, the first pause of fighting in 15 minutes. So the first ASF are actually out from Turbo. Tex doesn't know about the HQ, although he kinda can predict if he looks at the Pigeon and Air Factory adjacent. That is will go to T3 air.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this as Tex and you're like, yes, my opponent has T3 air.
Yes.
No one is being fooled.
He just now finishes his own Pigeon. It's a bit late, but better late than never. He definitely wants to recycle some of his base. He actually recycled a bunch of Tech 1 factories now. He recycled like 6 of them. Funnily enough, the Tech 2 Pigeons in the middle of the map. Apparently nobody wants the mass. It's still quite a bit of mass that can provide. What is it, 5k mass in total? How much reclaim do they leave behind?
It's significant. 5k. mean, there's only 10k mass left
Yeah,
on the whole
5K.
map.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually been picked clean.
That's, yeah, it's actually very clean. And that's,
Only a handful of rocks.
yeah, and most of those rocks are like in the mountains where you can't get them.
Imagine the tryhard drop of like a single engine to these 3 rocks on the very bottom.
This is where you pick UEF and you make a drone.
Drone. Everyone loves drone.
Everyone does. Aside from FTX.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
so
FTX doesn't like Sparkies. Who knows?
he does like them. but he does like them, and that's why he doesn't like them.
Exactly.
That's the way it works. So
the ASF doing stuff.
there's a strat out from Tex, and he has 2 ASF. And of course, Sarah's strat AoE got buffed, so they're pretty decent now. I'm not sure if you should use... Okay, he's using them on Rhinos, that's an excellent target.
The Rhinos are just deleted.
Yeah, just 1k mass, insta-killed. And that's excellent. And the thing is, he has a strat, he doesn't have air, but Turbo can't easily just lock the strat, because there's defending inties. He can actually win air, but like Turbo doesn't know how much air Tex has. And from Turbo's perspective, Tex made a strat. Tex must be confident he has air. Turbo doesn't have full intel on his enemies. Like, Turbo saw the T3 air ages ago. He doesn't know that that the factory was idle for 5 minutes.
Yeah, he saw him getting T3 air later, and Tex has built a strat. So you feel like you only have 5 ASF. You don't want to throw them away. So you'll be cautious. You'll let the strat go out, kill your Rhinos, some Engies, you know.
Exactly. Nice stack to BD from Turbo. Just a single one already killed 300 mass.
Whoa. Beetle alert.
Wait, where?
There's a beetle on the right side
Oh,
next to a brick.
I see him. I hope Turbo wins now.
Just for building the beetle?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean...
Tex did, however, just suicide some ASF, which is a bit unfortunate. Now, trying to chase. Tex should make a T3 MAA for sure. The strat goes after Tech on Engineers now, and he misses.
Improved AoE, you say?
Ooh, this is not... Okay, it's just on Tech 1, mostly, but not the greatest attack from Tex on the right side.
Oh no, this is really bad. The shifty is all over the place. No.
No, what is this? What is this move, Tex? Tex!
The offense are turning around, like... No.
Oh,
the beetle
Tex.
might die. I know, he recovers, but he lost a lot of army there for no reason.
Yeah.
Thankfully, no offense were killed in the making of this Shift G.
That was kinda sad. Tex made a single SAM, which is something I like, but he really needs to work on his eco management. He is tech tree maxing up still, which is good. He's continuing to eco, but he's stalling so much that he must recycle. Okay, I know why he was stalling. He was making 2 tech tree maxes at the same time.
There goes the strat.
Did he just suicide it?
It did 3,000 damage to 1 brick, and was like, yes, my work here is done.
Okay.
And the ASF killed it.
I see. There's a single chicken being a pain.
Being a hero. I mean, look at it go. It's about to vet.
It's about to
might kill
kill
this Rhino.
Yeah, but Tex, I'm sorry. You what?
Excuse me.
Excuse me. That must be coincidental, right?
I don't know. Maybe you mentioned it in the Paralon game.
I probably did. Yeah, I definitely did. I always mention it in every the Rosa game because nobody ever bothers to go for it, and it triggers my almonds. But
we should make the T2P gens hostile just so they die.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, maybe a fight on the left.
Oh, that's going to be a great fight for Turbo because he has a line of bricks and it's only 5 items and Texas. He will have to transition into sniper bots at some point, or a chicken. But
he's got one.
In choke points like this, okay, he got one. Choke points like this, you can't win with pure atoms versus bricks. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so he'll keep his distance. The sniper bot will do its work. Like, Turbo's problem is, he's cyber. No mobile shields exist.
Turbo
So the
made
sniper can just get value.
Turbo made some nice SAMs in the bottom left of his base and also on the right side in his right base. So there's no strats or drop potential. It's gonna happen from the corners.
Pretty even economies. Tech's starting
Yeah.
to build out his air grid. So is Turbo. They're settling in for the long game.
Like this is what I said with, usually you'd think Tex would not be too great in the Rosas, but he's playing it pretty well so far. Like, of course there's some mistakes, but there's mistakes from Turbo too, and like a few weeks ago, before I've seen him play, I would say that Turbo would have a big advantage on Tex on the Rosas, but right now it seems very even.
There's mistakes on Turbo too, you say.
Please, don't do this to me. A big deal, however, is that right now Turbo has 30 bricks to 20 autumns. So there is actually potential for Turbo to do massive damage if he realizes, and it's why we kind of need to see more sniper bots, because he needs to get the value out of them to deal with these bricks. Like, he has one on the left, but it's lagging all of a sudden. It's Turbo actually.
Well, that's
lagging
unfortunate.
A bit.
Turbo's actually engaged in SAM creep on the left side to just support this army as it inches forward, so it can't be picked off by 10 strats.
Yeah, SAMs are... I mean, it's the reason why T3 Air is not too strong on a map like the Rosas. It's so easy to just make a couple of SAMs with an insane amount of mats you have, and to just, like, you need basically one SAM to protect your entire expansion, and then you can just SAM creep like 3 SAMs, and then you're like halfway to your enemy already. And aside from the lanes between the 4 corner bases, the rest of the territory is not too valuable, because you don't tend to eco it up. We see the same thing with like just one SAM in his main base from Tex, and it will defend it versus almost everything. Turbo is doing the same thing. He's keeping SAMs on the right side. He's making them a bit too close together, I would say. That's not too efficient, but I guess better too many than not enough SAMs, but it's a bit too close.
Tex is creeping ahead on the eco. It's currently 7 T3 mechs to 4.
True. I do want to say that Turbo did a way better job at recycling his base. Look how clean his base looks now compared to Tex's base.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And now Turbo maybe realizes this. He's going to pause his T3 land production to catch back up on the economy.
Yeah, Turbo invested a lot more into Tech 3 lands, and he has a lot more Tech 3 lands, but he's not really using it. And I almost feel like, well, first of all, they both don't have an Omni, which I think is a mistake at this point. There was one
queued.
Yeah, there was one queued up, but generally, in a game like this, you kind of want one early enough. Yeah, would it be nice to see some more strat abuse, even if you don't have air. If you have the SAMs to fall back to, like a few Sarah strats, now that they are buffed and have more AoE versus these clumps of bricks, they would do a ton of damage.
Yeah, I really like the SAMs. Definitely could be abused more. But we're seeing Tex with a slight edge in air, slight edge in eco, and he's just going to take it nice and easy, build out his air grid. He's got an anti-nuke queued up, just in case. Because it's minute 24, you might as well, right?
Yeah, Tex is having quite some issues. He has 3 PGens, but there's a lot of assistance on his air factory. He should probably focus on building some more PGens first, because he's stalling 4k per second while building an Omni.
It's really important because there's a big engagement on the left, and the shield cannot be up. So the snipers are vulnerable.
There's actually, was the trap dealt with? No, the trap is still there. It's already 700 kills. Yeah, traps are great versus sniper bots on this map, because they can tend to just hide behind some cliffs and and you know they can't be sniper botted. Although this is okay, there's a nice threat out from Turbo. Although the shield is back up. Oh, actually, it kills 2
Oh,
sniper bots anyway. That was a nice threat.
absolutely beautiful.
And this is
now
why,
the ASF on.
if there was a single Sam there, it would already be dead. But there's still 2 sniper bots, and they already got quite some nice value. Just sniped another brick.
Actually, Defender's advantage will catch up to Turbo if he keeps trying to force this. But Turbo has caught back up in Inco, almost.
Yeah, but right now it's there's also more snipers, so it's more even again. Turbo caught up in Eco, but Tex caught up in Land, I'd say. Yeah, it's kind of become a bit static. They both are a bit scared to attack. Sniper bots, they're a bit of danger through the traps. I feel like Tex should mix in a few Notas to try and snipe down the traps that are... Fire beetles, but the rhino's gonna maybe kill the sniper. Oh man,
There's actually no Celine.
There's no radar.
There's no radar. The fire beetle. Wait, no, it's gonna die.
It was because he was stalling. That could have done so much damage. It could have killed 2 marble shields and 2 snipers.
And yet, it didn't.
Anyway, Tex started working on an Awasa. Do you think this is a good move or the right move?
I can't disagree with it. Like,
yeah.
Tex has 50% more ASF. And he's got to end this game eventually. The bricks don't seem to be making too much headway in the short term.
Yeah, because the thing is, Awasa, one bomb on a clump of bricks, it won't make a Siren player very happy. Don't make that bomber, Turbo says, while having it scouted.
Wait, no, did he scout it? Or is he just saying that blindly? I think...
You know what? He doesn't actually have it scouted.
He's just saying it. He knows what's going on. Like, I mean, Tex would not build the chicken here. He would build the Oasa.
Yeah. Tex needs to be careful with the snipers though. He's kind of split them in lots of areas. There's 3 in the middle of the map, but there's no shields with them. Also, he's still stalling E hard.
This man a T3 P-Gen.
He needs like 2 more.
And some E storage too while we're at it.
Yeah. I fear that Awasa is a tad bit too early. Like, it would have liked if he would have made a few more Tech 3 maxes at the bottom left of the map, because Turbo is is ahead of Eco now, and he's continuing to build more T3 maxes.
This is true.
He has an air grid, making air grid now with 4 air factories. It will be versus just the 2 of Tex. Tex is ahead and has assistance, but lots of his mass will go into the Awasa, and he will probably stall. Yeah, he's stalling while making it, so this will be even less ASF.
Did this army in the middle wander too far? Like, the right flank seems pretty exposed. There's T2 Arty and only like 6 bricks here versus a lot of Othams. That's 15 Othams.
Yeah, but the formation is quite horrible, though.
Yeah, just these terrible formation moves.
The thing is,
don't.
He retreated right after he got into range of the bricks.
Oh, that's so bad. He could have committed and overwhelmed it and just taken the bad trade and get the reclaim on the back of it. But no, he's actually worried about the snipers on the left that are getting run in on.
Oh yeah, that is kind of lack of attention there. But he does have a nice autumn shielded army with sniper support. He has a nice amount of phobos, but there's way too many bricks at the back. He can't commit, he has to retreat. There's still random fire beetles in the mix. I'm not sure if this is just a mistake that he is accidentally queuing them up because he's not really using them properly, as one uses fire beetles. But
how does one use fire beetles?
Look at the sniper bots in the middle.
They're running away from the fire beetles. Oh no! The fire beetle's actually about to kill something for the first time. No, maybe.
No, he's not.
The sniper kills itself. Oh no.
Wow, look at that. I was right all along. So yeah, Wassa is almost halfway. There he is.
Is there a response to this?
Well, ASF.
Yeah, but Turbo he doesn't have that much. Tex nearly has double the ASF.
Still? Okay. Well, the response from Turbo is expanding his air grid. He is now on 5 Tech 3 air factories.
Yeah, this attack on the right is just a huge missed opportunity. He could have probably gotten all the way in and killed these T3 mechs.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe it takes the mid-army back and that deals with it. But at the end, that would have been so much economy damage.
But now he just donated a bit of mass, sadly. On the left side, though, that's a lot of dead bricks, and Tech should be able to get all of the mass. Although he doesn't have any engineers. Oh, actually, he has one.
He's got one, and a factory supporting it. He'll get it eventually.
Tex is microing a single strat, although he just stopped micro its guy, and now it will die. But it killed 2 bricks and did damage to 3 others. But there's engineers that will reclaim the bricks, so it's actually overall not too much. But the army from mid from Turbo is gonna sandwich the sniper bot Ultim army on the left, so Tex needs to be careful there.
Yeah, like Texas army on the right has actually just decided it doesn't want to apply pressure on the right, so the mid army can just come all the way over the left and have a good time.
I mean, it is too late now. There's already 12 bricks there from Turbo, and there's less Ultims and 2 sniper bots. So Turbo's army is actually stronger now. There's a lot of TAMs still in that mix, and that's what.
Yeah, alright, this is a deceptively small army. It's got so many THAMs. Why are there 122 THAMs? It's minute 30.
ASF? Yeah, it's because he's still building them from Tech 2's factories.
Tech still has double ASF. Though Turbo is just going to build a lot of SAMs, just everywhere. He's got NGs on SAM duty, in the middle,
yes,
in his base.
We should probably spread them out so a single Wassa bomb will not kill too many SAMs in one shot. But if the Wassa is microed properly, then it can become very good, especially versus brick armies.
You just use it for the brick army. You don't try to commit it to the base or anything. Just pick off the bricks, turn around, go back.
Yes, and you have to micro it so that if it gets shot down, you get a reclaim. Because if it gets shot down, you 1 will win air, 2 it will be after you drop the bomb and kill the big brick army, and 3 if you get the reclaim, you can use the reclaim to build a new one, and you already won the air from the previous one. Or you can build like 2 chickens.
Oh snap.
Oh snappers.
It's coming.
That's a bomber. There's a single deceiver in the middle of the map from Turbo.
It's being deceptive. And it will scout this bomber. Not that he doesn't know about it already. So what is the play here from Tex? You have a T4 bomber, which will become less valuable with time.
Wait, where is the Omni? Okay, here's the Omni. So the thing that's kind of blocking the Wassa is there's deceivers everywhere from Turbo, so he keeps losing track of where the brick armies are. There's 34 deceivers!
He's just gonna bomb a wall, I guess. Or maybe he just has no idea where the brick army is, so he's just gonna bomb random locations.
Okay.
And hope the brick army is there. Which... Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? I feel like this bomber's not getting the value it needs to.
But yeah, I mean, Tex is having a tough time because Turbo is really well. His ASF are stealthed, his entire brick army is stealthed, everything is stealthed. But this is a good start. 2 bombs will clear off that base and the first SAM as well.
Can just start slowly pressuring his way forward. There's no mobile AA here.
Oh, Turbo is stalling E hard though all of a sudden, and so you can't afford that if you have this much stealth. It's probably because, you know, he has 6k mass worth of deceivers, which require 1500 energy per second. Then he has his ASF that's minus 1500 energy per second with the stealth. So it is at a cost.
Stealth is not free.
Stealth is not free indeed.
Well, Tex is gonna help him out, clear up a radar, some
no,
T2RD.
now the Thames roll in.
Go forward, Thams. Try your best.
Never mind, they met attack bomb PD.
Their arch nemesis.
How could this happen to them? So yeah, I feel like Tex should just continue to Awasa bomb creep the top right, and eventually the T3 Maxes will be in a vulnerable position.
This one deceiver has merited its own Awasa bomb. That's actually going at like 0 miles an hour. What is this?
What? Wait, what? That was the weirdest. I mean, sometimes it can bug out a bit. I don't know what it was. But yeah, he needs to. He needs probably to focus on the top right. There we go. More walls die and 2 tech from PDs. Oh no, they're not the tech from PDs. Just the walls.
Just the walls.
He's being insanely careful. There's, I think, Turbo still going for mass bricks is a bit of a mistake. He has 100k mass in bricks, but he can't use them because there's no Wassa house. And a T4 is so much less vulnerable to a Wassa. And Turbo, it feels like he doesn't really have a plan. He's just amassing bricks, although the factories are now paused, and just making more power SMD. But there's no T4 plans. There's no nuke plans.
Well, has a nuke planned.
Nuke
Turbo is just going to build an anti-nuke, though, in his main, but it's not like you can't nuke the expansion.
Who is a nuke planned? Oh, I was talking about Turbo.
Yeah, I said Tex has a nuke plan.
Okay, never mind.
Turbo just has no plan at all. He's just building bricks and hopes that that will eventually turn into a victory.
Yeah, because the thing is on this map, generally you build an SMD in your main base, but for the longest time you don't really build an SMD in your expansion. So those 4 maxes, usually with some T3 support factories, are a nice nuke target. Especially considering after you nuke it, it's more vulnerable to land invasions as well. But there's lots of SAMs in the middle now, though. There's 44 SAMs. There was next bomb. Gonna get quite some value. It only lost 2k HP. If you keep
immediately.
Yes. So it's very nice about the usage. It's very safe, but over time it gets the value done. Let's hope there won't be an overstep or miss micro.
And the real value of the Iwasa is the bricks just can't leave. He has 80 bricks versus about 30 of them, but the bricks, if they ever leave this coverage of the SAMs and the safety, they'll just get bombed by the Iwasa, and then they're dead.
Yes.
Congrats, well done.
What I would like from Tex is, will this hit the wall? No, it won't hit the mountain. What I would like is to make a few TMLs in mid to just TML all the SAMs. Because people always build these SAMs, but they never build TMD to protect them.
Very true. Looks like Turbo will build a nuke, but Tex has already started construction on an anti-nuke.
Yeah, but the right side will just get nuked. Oh wait, there's already SMD there.
There's SMD on the right side?
Yeah, from Turbo. And also one in his main base. Now Turbo is the one that's shoots up a nuke, and there's no SMD from Tex, so his bottom left will probably get nuked. Tex needs to be a bit careful with Awasa now, because he's getting dangerously close to Turbo's side of the map. I feel like he shouldn't try to push in on the left side. It's way more defensible position than the top right is. The top right is, let's say, it's easier to get control of the top right than the top left is. Because if you get control of the top left, you just won the game. That's the entire base.
GG, But Tex commit to this right onto the forward plateau, right in the main base. I don't know, Turbo's not really reacting to this.
He's 19 autumn. Yeah, but I feel like if Turbo reacted, then he has way more bricks to deal with his army. He will kill the forward bricks, but the formation from Tex is bad. But the formation from Turbo is bad too. It's few shields to suicide.
Will kill T3 Max.
Yeah, but it will be a mass donation.
Very true.
There's so many bricks behind there. There's 15 bricks, and they are mostly lined up.
Meanwhile, the fam's trying to do something,
They're
anything.
killing the Sams. I think Tex was playing a great game. He was being very patient with his Awasa getting lost. Is he now bombing his own army? Okay, no, a bit.
Oh, here comes
okay.
the ASF.
Here comes the big airfight. Okay, the Awasa actually lives, but now there's a big airfight. But the airfight is over Sam's. But it seems like Tex still has a lot more. Especially, oh no, they're going after this Awasa. So
Awasa just leaving. It can be reclaimed by Tex.
the Awasa will die, but he will lose all the air. And the Awasa already got like 30k mass kills. Now he just needs to reclaim the Awasa, and he needs to build a new one with all his build power, with the mass from the previous one. And that one drop killed the brick army, killing a lot of the reclaim. And this army now died. Some army in mid is killing Sams now as well.
This is looking good for Tex.
It's looking great for Tex.
He's completely secured this. The reclaim from the airfight and the Awasa should all be his. Just build another one.
Yeah, it's just
you donate some mass, but like, who cares?
Yeah, this one push is... I mean, it's getting a pretty efficient push now. He has 10 bricks, 10 atoms still, and in close range of the bricks. He's actually gonna win this fight. And,
yeah, if the offense can close the distance, they have the advantage.
They do. Although now he's kinda going into another brick group, and that will not be enough. These fresh bricks with no damage taken will absolutely obliterate this band of atoms. He kinda went the wrong side. Could have gone to the right to only meet like 5 bricks or something. There's still fire beetles being made. There's 7 out on the left.
Eventually one of them will do something else.
One of them killed 2 snipers in mid.
You know, it did. It did. Well done.
Okay, so...
it's just being built so fast.
Yeah, and wisely so. Turbo stopped building ASF after he won air. He's building the Awasa while not stalling, well, because he also has the nuke, of course. He dropped Tech 3 engineers next to the Awasa, so he's getting a lot of reclaim from that.
Turbo wants to build a T3 Arty.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, because he has nothing else. What is he gonna do? Like, he can perhaps Sam creep, but there's still the next Awasa that he must be expecting. Sniper bots in the mid are suiciding again, kinda. Okay, they're being retreated.
Yeah, they're trying their best.
There's still quite a lot of mass that was donated. There's 40k mass in front of Turbo's base that he should be able to get. But compared to the Awasa rack, the Awasa rack is already gone. He reclaimed that so quickly. That's a very nice engineer drop.
Just immediately recycled into a brand new one. You'll love to see it.
So, the nuke from Tex probably won't do that much, at least for the short time. There's
like, what do you nuke?
The nuke from Turbo is fast.
The SMD from Turbo is actually quite far back. You could kill the forward T3 land production with the nuke.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but is that worth a nuke?
I mean, what else are you gonna nuke?
I don't know, but that target is worth less than the nuke. Maybe you hope. Maybe you hope to. Well, yeah, that's true. Maybe you hope to snipe some brick army with it, but Awasa can do that too.
The Awasa is here. It's back.
It's back,
and it's
baby.
killing.
And slowly but surely the Sams are kind of being destroyed. There's still as many, but in middle there's a lot less now than there were before. And I mean, honestly, the Sams can be killed with some Tech 3 armies. Oh, look at this next Awasa bomb. Oh,
beautiful. Mwah. Like, just perfect chef's kiss bomb right there. Tex playing this, like, textbook Awasa, go in, pick it off, get back, regen, do it again. Infinite value machine.
Textbook, indeed.
Textbook, yes.
Textbook. But yeah, he's playing it very solid, very slowly, but it's working out. And Turbo, he's making the RT now as something. So Tex, as soon as the RT is online, he needs to apply some more pressure because, you know, in RT it's gonna take time to get value, but it will get value.
What if you build a second Awasa? And it like finishes in about 2 seconds because you have all the reclaim.
No, he's starting 500 mass per second. Actually, is he building a second one? Oh, that's why. Yes. I see why you said it now. Makes sense. Yeah, 2 Awasas, that's pretty strong. I still feel like you should just Awasa bomb creep the top right first. It's a lot of a safer choice. Now he's Awasa bombing the Sams that the snipers just killed. And he kills
the sniper.
Kills the sniper as well.
Oh no.
There's some Phobos on the left side that are killing Sams as well. There's some snipers as well. And aside from the Tech 3 RT, Turbo won't have anything. And the Tech 3 RT is still 20k mass away. And now the Sams are gonna die to the armies, or a lot of the Sams. And slowly but surely Tex is gaining ground more and more. Starting work on a chicken in the middle of the map with those engineers he dropped to reclaim the Awasa.
I don't even hate it.
Yeah, it's neither. Another bomb from the Awasa kills more bricks and Sams.
Nice vet.
And this entire position of Turbo is he's all the way back to his corner at the top right.
I mean, Turbo is just all in on this T3RD. It's just about to finish. And the base is only moderately well shielded. But T3 shields are planned.
T3 shields are planned, yes. He did scout it, and he does know it's online, so he should be able to probably protect against it. The thing is, most of his power is together, so a single, the T3 shield he's making now, it will protect both his SMD and the nuke. Nuke is actually loaded, but
it's in want of a good target.
Yeah, so the second Awasa is done. Of course, it is a lot higher to micro multiple Awasas. Actually, I think Turbo tried to go for the Awasa. Yeah, Turbo suicided all his air and got the Awasa down to 12k HP. But the Awasa already got 30k mass skills.
The snipers are just walking in the main base now. They're just having a good time. They're gonna die to bricks, but they killed a lot of Sams.
You should be really careful with this one Awasa. It's very low. You should almost recycle it. The snipers, yeah, they are. I mean, they're kind of one-shotting the bricks, but the Medusas might be dealing with them at the end.
Yeah, the shields are actually just doing their job.
Yeah, all the bricks are dead, aside from one. There we go. The snipers will actually survive.
Snipers win versus bricks in close range. You heard it here first.
So Tex is planning a turret Awasa. Well, if it works this well, might just commit to it.
I mean, Turbo's running out of Sams.
Turbo is running out of Sams. He had 44 before. Now, he increased in Sam count. Now he has 54. If one gets killed, 2 new ones pop up.
They're multiplying. Send help.
Where are these strats I'm hearing? Okay, so he made a couple of strats. I'm not sure why. Maybe
bombing T1 NGs. You know, why not? So, the Cybernarty is trying its best, but it's only one Cybernarty, and these are T3 Sarah shields.
The big issue is it is not ringed by T3 pigeons. Look at that shielding around it. It's good shielding, but because of that, the DPS of the RT is like half of what it could be. No, these snipers in front of Turbo's base. The shields are gone. There's no anti-air.
Oh no! Oh no! Shields, get back! Help out your buddy.
But
all right, so we got 2 Awasas headed into the main base now.
There's 50 bricks left from Turbo. Okay, he's going for it. GG is already called out by Turbo. I think he is right. The healthy Awasa was going in first. But do the shields even fall? Okay, yes, they do. Yes, they do. The SMD is dead and the nuke will be loaded in shots. There's more strats coming as well that were also targeted on the SMD, but this is a very nicely played out game from Tex.
Second pass, the nuke's coming in.
Turbo just leaves.
Disconnects.
Right.
What an amazing comeback from Tex.
200k mass kills on this Awasa.
Wow. And it survives just barely. Absolutely beautiful.
That was quite a game.
Tex really fighting for it.
Tex really fighting for it. Starting the comeback.
Reverse sweep.
Reverse sweep.
Alright, if you'll excuse me, I'll be right back.
Okay.